going on, guys? Back at it with Buck Brains podcast. So now that it's a couple days after the NFC and AFC championship finals, and now that we have the people or teams that will be participating in the Super Bowl decided, I thought that I'd give a look back on the two games. So before, I didn't really make pregame predictions. I tried to make sure that I did that, but I didn't. But I guess before I was watching it, I thought the Saints were probably going to win, and I thought New England was going to win. I just thought that the teams with the more experience were the people who were going to come out on top. It just kind of seems like how a lot of things like that go. Just the teams that have been there before, just the other teams are just too young. It's their first time up. It seems like they should just lose. Like, it doesn't seem like it's, like I said, that's the same thing. I think the Patriots, like in my heart, I think the Patriots are going to beat the Rams. I don't think it'll be a huge win, like a very big difference in score. I think the score is going to be relatively low. Probably like I can see like a 21-17 New England win, or like a 17-14 New England win. I don't see it being like a complete just gun show out of Tom Brady and Jared Goff. But you know, I did think that Patrick Mahomes really had something special with his team, but it seemed like they just kind of started to lackluster the last couple weeks, especially with the Kareem Hunt gone and that whole situation. And now they have a bunch of different running backs, and a couple of them got hurt once they got in, probably because they weren't dealing with a load like that, and then they just got it, and then it just overwhelmed them. And I didn't see the Saints, I didn't see that coming. I did not see the missed penalty call. Like, I know that there was going to be some miscalled penalties just like in every other game, but I didn't think that it would be something like that. I mean, that was pretty fucking, you could even tell the, I don't know what his name is, but you could tell the kid, in the after interview, he was like, well, I got up, and the ref was like, oh, no, it's tipped. I was like, oh, okay, it's like, why the fuck not? Shit. But I don't think that defined the game. They could have been like the Patriots and not been a bunch of bitches and gone down the field, converted their third downs, and then fucking kicked the field goal or scored a touchdown and end the game. But instead even if they got a field goal, they could have gone down and just fucking done it. But instead, they got a tip ball, and it was an interception, and it was fucked up. But, there were plenty of times where they could have they could have ended the game. They could have ran the ball 3 times on their goal line. I mean, also the Rams could have just fucking gone for that 4th down instead of kicking the field goal, tying the game at 20. But the Saints really let them kind of hang around at the very end. They could have given them like 30 seconds at the most, but instead they missed that first pass. They let them hang on to a timeout, and it saves a lot of time. Like Coach Boomer always says, it's tick, 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 tick. That's all you got to think about. How much time you got left? And they gave too much. You really only need a minute to score. You really only need like 45 seconds to get down the field. Especially, I mean, they don't have great wide receivers. They have 2 good wide receivers. I wish Cooper Kupp was still in, but I mean, Braden Cooks and Robert Woods are both they're better than any of the receivers on the Jets right now. So I would take them in a fucking heartbeat. But in reality, the Saints just let the Rams hang around for too long. They couldn't fucking get it done. The calls did not go their way. But on the other side, it was like, oh, did Chris Hogan really make that catch? Is that really a catch? Did Julian Edelman really not touch that ball? Like, It's not like as if these games aren't notorious for being very fucking fine lined. Like, every inch counts, every centimeter counts, every fucking nanometer counts when it comes down to this shit. It's not as easy as people, I think, make it out to be to win a fucking championship game, to make it to the Super Bowl. It's just not the way it is. What do I think about this? I really think that there should be, within 2 minutes, the ability to overrule pass interference. I think you should be allowed to do that. I think throughout all the other times of the game, no. That's kind of some bullshit. Fuck off. I don't want to fucking hear it. But when it comes down to the last 2 minutes, I think the whole entire playoffs should be different. Alright, so, I mean, hockey has redone their playoffs, the 3v3 to make it more entertaining, and then the shootout, people are like, oh, but that's not real hockey, you should go 5-on-5 until someone scores. Fuck you. Fuck you. You fuck. It's not that fucking serious. If your team's actually fucking good, they'll win in regulation. If you gotta make it to overtime to win a fucking game, just win the fucking game. You don't need to be the fastest guy on the ice. You don't have to be the fastest dude on the field just to make the fucking, just to score the goal, get the touchdown, score the basket. It doesn't have to be that way. Just the other night, the Islanders were in overtime. Fuck, I forget too. But Matt Barzal just tossed up a fucking perfect pass to Leo Komarov while there was a change going on, and everyone was fucking, you could see the other team was exhausted, and we came right back on. He threw, actually it might have been Filppula, and he fucking tossed his puck up, and he just could read the game. That's why the Patriots won, because they could read the game. They're sitting there, Belichick is sitting there fucking just dicing this shit up like it's a fucking, like it's a Chef Boyardee up in this bitch. Just tearing up the fucking Chiefs' trash ass defense, which should have made a fucking stop. But I don't think that, I think in the playoffs, fine. Regular season, you know what, you walk down the field, you scored first, so be it. That's fine. Cool with it. That's not a huge, like, it is a big deal, but it's not as big as a deal as you may fucking think. It's not like as if they gotta go on and do some fucking crazy shit. I think it's fine for regular season as is. But in the postseason, I think that should just be another 10-minute quarter. You know, if you run down the field and you waste 7 minutes, I think they should still get a 2-minute warning. That should still be a thing. You get your 2-minute clock stoppage, and you move on from there. I really don't understand, like, what the big fucking deal is about all this bullshit. It's like it's an easy fucking fix. You just let them play another fucking 10 minutes. I don't see why. It takes about 10 minutes anyway to get down the field and score a touchdown. It's not like as if it's like a fucking 2-minute thing. I mean, it can be. But, you know, you give them 10 minutes. You think 5 minutes apiece, more or less. I don't get what the big fucking deal is. It's pretty simple. Just give them a little bit more time. And give it the undefined time. I don't like this defining, oh, if you score now, game's over. But if you don't score now, or if they get a safety now, or if you get this now, or if you get that now, no, just play 10 minutes. Play 10 minutes. That's all you got to do. There were like 4 or 5 touchdowns in the fourth quarter for that Kansas City game. I'm pretty sure Patty Mahomes had 3 himself, just in that fourth quarter. Just let him play 10 minutes. I don't see what the big deal is here. Enough of this technicality shit. If you get a safety, if you don't get a safety, if it's a touchback, if it's whatever the fuck, shut the fuck up, just let him play. And that's what a lot of people say with regular season hockey. Shut up, just let him play. That's what they do in basketball. Shut up, just let them play. It's like, just get the fuck out of my way, and just let them fucking do what they gotta do. You shouldn't have all these limitations around what's going on. People want to see the game ended by people fucking playing. They don't want it to be a fucking rule or a stupid penalty to declare the game. So in the last 2 minutes, you tighten up the challenges. You can go over the fucking pass interference. You can do all this shit. You can make sure that the crucial minutes of the game are held properly, because you need to take your time with that shit. You need to take your time. You can't rush that. You can play the rest of the game, whatever. I like the fucking on the fly shit. You know, you're playing, fuck it, whatever. But when it comes down to those last 2 minutes, when shit is really fucking precise, where you really, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're like a 5-10 team versus like a 4-12 team, like going into the last week, or 4-11 team going into the last week. The last 2 minutes of the fucking half take forever. I think the people will be fine if you take a little bit more time to tinker with the last 2 minutes of a fucking championship game, to bring it for the legacy of Sean Payton and Drew Brees. I didn't want to see them win. My boy Stu is a huge fucking Saints fan. I did not want to see the Saints win. I kind of like the Rams. I liked Kurt Warner. So, I'm a little favorable towards the Rams. I kind of like a couple players they used to have. I was rooting for them. And it didn't seem right for that to happen that way. Yeah, but Buff, what about this penalty that wasn't called on the Saints? What about that penalty that wasn't called on the Saints? What about shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. There's a penalty on every fucking play. But not every holding penalty should be called. Not every fucking not every offside is super fucking important. Not every false start is gonna fucking get my attention. But come on, that helmet-to-helmet pass interference, you're really not gonna tell me that wasn't a penalty? That was not a blatant penalty? And you're not gonna tell me that you don't want to see Patty Mahomes drive down the field to see if they can get another fucking touchdown? They probably could have scored. I feel like he probably would have done well with the pressure. I think that do I think they still would have won? Probably not. I really don't think so. But I think it would have been a much more satisfying way to end the game if even they went 4-out. At least you know that that's the way it was going to fucking go. It was them playing the game. For the last 2 minutes, I think that you should be allowed to challenge a pass interference. If it's so fucking obvious like that, come on, man. If it's that fucking obvious, even the helmet to helmet is like, pushing it. But come on, like, you're really not gonna tell me that you don't think that should have been fucking overturned? That's pretty fucking obvious. I don't know. That's why I don't get paid for this shit. But that's kind of what I'm coming away with. I think they should let the teams play it out in overtime, just 10 minutes, just give them some time. You're making money off of it anyway. Throw some more fucking ads in there. No one's gonna be mad at more football. Especially not in the playoffs. No one's gonna be mad at more football in the playoffs. And I don't think anyone's gonna be that mad if for the last 2 minutes in the game, not even for the half, just the last 2 minutes in the game, that you allow pass interference to be overturned. Be like, hey, that pass, pretty obviously that was pass interference. We're gonna give you those yards. Alright, cool. Even the defender was like, that was pass interference. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. So that's really, I don't think it's that complex. I really don't. I think it just comes down to giving the teams the chance to play the fucking game that they're paid to play, And I think it's just down to, you got to make one little tinker. One little fucking change. In the postseason, you just do the fucking pass interference shit. That's about it.